ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا
Assalamu alaikum, you're watching RTA News with me, Amorian. Today is Friday, 22nd of August, 2025. The Deputy Prime Minister of Economic Affairs, Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar discussed the transfer of Panjshir River water to Kabul with officials of the private company called the Katawaza Group. Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar said that the Islamic Emirate pays special attention to water shortage in Kabul and serious efforts have been made to solve this problem. Maulvi Nur Jalali, Minister of Health, met with the Kazakh ambassador to Kabul, and the two sides discussed improving the capacity of health workers, providing services in remote areas, exchanging experiences, providing equipment, and joint cooperation in the health sector. The Ministry of Public Health said that to reduce maternal and childhood mortality, the construction of public hospitals has begun in 218 districts of the country, and asked Kazakhstan to help build health centers and provide equipment. The Kazakh ambassador also emphasized the continuation of cooperation, training Afghan health workers, and sending technical delegations. Minister of Refugees and Repatriation Affairs, Maulvi Kabir, met with a number of Shia tribal elders and scholars. During the meeting, the scholars, while praying for the victims of the Herat incident, appreciated the services of Islamic Emirate for refugees and called for facilitating the transfer of refugees' property from Iran, implementing health and public projects, paying attention to the demands of the Shia in Bamiyan, Maidan Wardak, and Ghazni, and simplifying the process of obtaining housing construction permits for the returnees. Maulvi Kabir, appreciating their cooperation, said that eligible families will be given land, educational facilities, and will be provided for the youth, and the issues of transferring the refugees' property from Iran is being followed up. He added that the Shia suggestions will be referred to the relevant institutions and a solution will be sought for it. The Ministry of Public Health says that about 5,000 free surgical operations were performed at Lugar Provincial Hospital in the past year. Of these operations, about 900 were minor surgical and the rest were major surgeries. According to the Ministry of Public Health, thousands of patients were also provided with free OPD and IPD services during this period. On the other hand, the Dried Fruit Export Union says that Afghanistan has the capacity to export dried fruit worth approximately $1 billion to global markets annually. Officials of the union add that figs, almonds, pistachio, pine nuts, other dried fruits also exported to the neighboring countries and the region, as well as the European markets and America. Our colleague reports.
The Dried Fruit Export Union says that Afghanistan exports hundreds of thousands of tons of various types of dried fruits every year, worth about $1 billion, not only to neighboring and regional countries, but also to European and American countries.
Alhamdulillah, thanks to God, the quality of Afghanistan's dried fruit is unmatched in the world. Hundreds and thousands of tons are exported from Afghanistan. And based on available data, dried fruit exports bring in around $800 million to $1 billion in revenue for Afghanistan.
Meanwhile, dried fruit exporters say that compared to the past, their problems in obtaining visas and customs have been partially resolved, but they're asking the government to work on alternative routes and air corridors to accelerate exports.
Alhamdulillah, Afghanistan exports, especially dried fruits, are given top priority. For example, compared to transit goods or imports, exports are prioritized first. Only after export shipments are cleared do they allow the next vehicles to pass. These transport facilities have been improved for us.
The Indian government has provided us with visas. Alhamdulillah, we now have visas and some of our traders are currently in India. Those whose money was stuck have now received their payments. In the next step, land has been allocated to us and is being distributed.
Now, Alhamdulillah, if we face any issue with the Minister of Foreign Affairs, we can resolve them with just one phone call to the Minister. Whether it's a problem in the Ministry of Commerce or the Chambers of Commerce, the Islamic Emirate help us resolve any issue we face within government.
Dried fruit exporters also add that India is the largest importer of Afghan dried fruit, is currently facing problems due to the problems created by Pakistan. They say that if the ground for exports is provided through Chabahar port and with large ships, the process of transporting their goods will become faster, cheaper and easier.
The reconstruction and beautification of the monument of Afghan literary and cultural figure Amir Ali Shirnawi has begun in Mazar Sharif and the capital of Balkh province. The mayor of Mazar Sharif says that the project will cost 1.5 million Afghanis, including the restoration of monument, green areas, seating areas, a library, and plaques introducing the life of literary works of Amir Ali Shirnawi. The nine-tower Chelstone Castle in Kabul is one of the oldest and most ancient sites in Kabul. According to residents, the castle is nearly 200 years old and was used as a military safeguard during the war of 1970s, which led to the reconstruction of the most of the towers.
This is the Nine Tower of Kabul's Chelstone, which shows about 200 years of history. The 9 towers of Chelstone were built during the reign of Amir Dost Muhammad Khan with an area of 20,000 square meters of stone and mud, with high and thick walls in 9 towers. The towers of this historic castle were completely or partially destroyed during the civil wars. Jamaluddin, a local resident who is growing a garden inside the 9 towers of the Chelstone, says that 30 families live in the 9 towers of Chelstone. The 9 towers were once the military bases of Amir Dost Muhammad Khan.
It is used to pass over this watchtower, moving from one tower to another, patrolling around the 9 towers. These towers have guard rooms and marshals, which are recognizable by their holes. A marshal means a place used for military purposes. The 9 towers of Chelstone is a historic site that is about 100 years old. We request the Islamic Emirate to restore it.
Some experts say Afghanistan is one of the countries in the region that has the most ancient and historical monuments in its heart. They consider the preservation and restoration of historical, ancient and cultural monuments along with the Emirati departments as the responsibility of all.
Preserving and protecting historical and cultural identity, which represents the culture and historical identity of a country, is not only the responsibility of the government, but also of all the people of Afghanistan. Everyone should contribute to its preservation. If ancient sites are destroyed, it means the historical and cultural identity of a society will be lost.
According to cultural experts, Afghanistan has 5,000 ancient sites registered with the Institute of Archaeology. Earlier, officials from the Ministry of Information and Culture say that they were trying to preserve and restore historical, ancient and cultural monuments in the country. The 9 towers of Chelstone Castle was used as a military base during the wars of 1970, which caused further destruction. This large castle was once the residence of the kings of that time.
And the following news is, more than 130 Afghan citizens have been released from Pakistan prisons in the past week and returned to the country. The Ministry of Refugees and Repatriation says that these people were in police custody for 1 to 6 days. This was our tonight news package. Thank you for watching.
شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوي پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا